So good morning. What's up, guys? Got Dave here, and I wanted to talk about this Grom because there is really only one thing that I don't like about this Grom. Yeah, honestly, like, I love how small it is. I love how it handles. I love how quick it stops. I love how it looks. I love how quiet it is because I kept the stock exhaust. There's just like so many things I love about this bike. It gets great gas mileage, miles per gallon. Yeah, it'll do like almost 170 miles on the little gallon and a quarter that it holds, which is freaking amazing. But the one thing that I really don't like about this bike is the lack of power. But at the same time, I haven't done anything about that yet, just because the one thing that I associate with Honda is reliability. That's like the one thing that, you know, like anytime I think about Honda, I think Honda reliability. You know, that's what they're known for. And the amount that I ride this bike, and like how far I ride this bike, just as far as any of my other bikes. And I haven't modified any of my other bikes because I feel like they're plenty fast enough. It's not a big deal. You know, I don't need to put an exhaust on them or put an intake on them or map them or do anything crazy, because honestly, like, how often am I floored on those bikes? But when I think about it the same way, like, how often am I floored on this bike? It's like, dude, I'm always floored on this bike. Like, at least 50% of the time I'm riding this bike, I'm floored, absolutely on the pin, just to be, you know, going the speed that I'm going. Especially like when I hit like a hill or something, I'm going up a hill. Dude, it's got no power. It's got freaking 9 horsepower. But the options that I've looked at, I don't know if it would result in all of a sudden my bike's like not going to be reliable. So I wanted to go over those options and just talk about what I've found and how I feel about those different things. And the first option that I've found, the cheapest option, is they've just got like big bore kits. You know, you can get like a big bore kit for like 600, 800 bucks, depending on the size that you get. And it'll make it from, instead of a 125, it'll be like a 185 or something like that. It gives it maybe 3 or 4 more horsepower. You know, so it'll bump you up to like 12 or 13 horse, maybe at the most. But it comes with the problem, or the possible problem, of now you have thinner cylinder walls, and you have, you know, it's a possibly, you know, it's going to be getting hotter, and it just possibly could be a less reliable setup than leaving the bike stock. And I don't know if it's really worth it for just that little bit of power that you get, just like that 3 or 4 horse increase. I don't know if it's worth it to spend that much money and to do all the engine work, swap all that stuff out, and, you know, and then risk the possibility of unreliability with that bike. I don't know if that's really worth that to me. And then the next option is there's a company that actually sells a turbo kit. A turbocharger with an intercooler, and it's like $1,600 for this turbo kit, and it bumps it up from 9 horsepower to 15 horsepower. So, you know, you get a 6 horsepower increase, and it's only when you need it. You know, like the way the turbocharger works is, or the way any turbocharger works, is when you're on the gas and you're going up a hill and it's building exhaust pressure, that's when it spins the turbo. But then when you get to the top of the hill and you're going back down and the engine's really not working as hard, it doesn't make the boost. So it's like only really hard on your engine when you need the power, you know, when it's making the power. It's not like raising the compression of your engine and it's just raised all the time. It's like the turbo only raises the compression of the engine when it absolutely needs it for the power. Like when you're freaking floored, like right now, it would be like boosting because I'm floored going up a hill. But at the same time, then you're increasing, you know, the pressure inside the combustion chamber, and the chances of unreliability are, you know, there you go. So I don't know if, and $1,600, to spend $1,600 on my Grom, dude, that's a lot of freaking money, man. I don't know if I want to spend that much money on my Grom. And then the next option after that, like the highest power option, is they actually sell a replacement engine for this bike. and it's 216 cc's instead of 125. And it's not turboed, it's not, you know, it's nothing's been done to it. It's just a 216 cc engine, and it puts out 19 horsepower. So instead of 9 horsepower, you got 19. So it basically doubles, or wait, maybe it's 17, but it basically doubles the power that you're getting out of the Grom. And to me, that would be the most reliable option, you know, just because you're not like boring out a smaller engine like the big bore kit, and you're not turboing the engine, you know. It's just like a larger engine, so therefore it just makes more power because it's a bigger displacement, you know. You're getting more power out of that. But the price tag on that it's like almost $3,000 to do that swap. It's like $2,600, and it actually comes with a completely different wiring harness that goes all the way from the headlight to the tail light, and you have to like replace the stock wiring harness on the Grom with this other one that's made for the 216 cc engine. And then, you know, you have to install the engine, and I mean, it's a lot of work. And then at that point, it's like if you actually got pulled over by the cops and they checked it out, the engine number would not match on your you know, like on your registration. If you actually have an engine number on your registration, at that point it wouldn't match because you swapped out the engine. So at that point you would be in big trouble, and you would have to swap that back. And I don't know, they'd probably make you swap it back and then take it to a sheriff's station, like a CHP, and get it inspected that it was swapped back before they would like write off that ticket. It would probably be like a fix-it ticket like that. But in my opinion, that would be like if I wanted to spend $3,000 on the Grom, or $2,600, but you know, by the time you pay shipping and buy all the little, you know, like the extra pieces that it would take to get the install to work properly, it would probably be $3,000. So if I wanted to spend that, I think that would be the way that I would go with this bike, would be just to get like that giant engine. And then, you know, it would be, in my opinion, that would probably be the best reliability. But I don't know, let me know what you think. Let me know, like, if you have a Grom and you have done like that big bore kit and you disagree with my opinion on that, and you actually think that you're getting a ton of power out of it and it feels reliable, let me know, because that is a very cheap option. And if it's working good for you guys out there, that might be something that I want to go with, is just to do the big bore kit. So let me know if you've done that and that's working good for you, or whatever, you know, if you've done the turbo kit, or if you've done the bigger engine, anything. Let me know if you've modified your Grom. But I'm not saying just like putting an exhaust on it. I'm saying like actually doing something to make it freaking like way faster. Let me know if you've done that and how it's working out for you. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.